Welcome back. You're watching NTV Tonight. The Ministry of Interior has suspended the local activities of cryptocurrency project Worldcoin. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kindiki has said that government agencies are addressing potential risks to public safety. But even as Kindiki gave the warning, his ICT counterpart, Eliud absolved the company from any questionable dealing, which freely asserts that their lofty goal is to have 8 billion users, aims to solve a problem that doesn't yet exist, with no clear plan on who they are and what they're doing. And to headline this edition of NTV Tonight, here is NTV's Brian Obuya.
The project, founded by Open Artificial Intelligence CEO Sam Altman and launched last week, requires users to give their iris scans in exchange for a digital ID, and in some countries, users also get free cryptocurrency as part of plans to create what the company is calling a new identity and financial network. In Kenya, for example, most of those who've been lining up have little or no idea of what's going on.
Nililetwa pale na mse wangu mwenye alikuwa ashapata pia hiyo pesa. Ndio maana nikakuja.
Nimekuwa kwa queue kwa sababu nimekuja kuchaka do. Nimetoka Machakos. Sasa Kenya imekuwa kali, hakuna pesa, sasa tumekuja kutafuta tu.
The eye scanning cryptocurrency has been under investigation for several months now. Worldcoin is being investigated over possible privacy and data violations. Multiple European countries are investigating the ChatGPT founder's new crypto project and what it does with the iris scans it is collecting globally.
We have engaged with the data commissioner and are licensed to operate in Kenya with data controller certificates.
Among those who have initiated probes into Worldcoin are investigative agencies in Germany, in France, and in the United Kingdom. In the United States, the project has refused to pay users for their eye scans. Kenya has since joined those countries in suspending the workings of Altman's Worldcoin. In a statement released before 7 a.m. Wednesday, Kindiki says relevant security, financial services, and data protection agencies have commenced inquiries and investigations to establish the authenticity and legality of Worldcoin's activities. The 5-bullet statement goes further to say that the government has suspended forthwith activities of Worldcoin and any other entity that may be similarly engaging the people of Kenya until relevant public agencies certify the absence of any risks to the general public. And with that, the long queues at KICC are set to stop. And then there is the joint statement from the Ezra Chiloba-led Communications Authority of Kenya and the Office of the Data Commissioner, Immaculate Kasait. The two say they have undertaken a preliminary review and noted a number of legitimate regulatory concerns that require urgent attention. Issues which include lack of clarity on the security and storage of the collected sensitive data, obtaining consumer consent in exchange for monetary reward, which borders on inducement. The two go further to say that there is uncertainty regarding consumer protection on cryptocurrency and related ICT services. Chiloba and Kasait say there is inadequate information on cybersecurity safeguards and standards.
Seen those queues outside KICC and outside other centers, that is mass processing of data. So mandatory requirements under the Data Protection Act is a DPIA, a data protection impact assessment, was compulsory. During that process of an impact assessment is where Worldcoin was supposed to disclose fully what they were going to do with that data, how long they were going to store that data for, what service providers they were going to use with regards to the processing, the storage, and the destruction of the data.
But ICT Minister Eliud sees nothing wrong with the operations of Worldcoin. Owalo and Kindiki's contradictory positions finding their way on the floor of the House, where questions abound on how the government could have two positions or more on the same matter.
Within the existing legal framework today, there is no provision in law that that organization had negated. There has been correspondence between the Office of the Data Commissioner and that entity.
A government cannot have two contradictory positions on a single issue, and as serious as this one.
How does a foreigner not just come to collect data from the middle of our CBD, but from a government premise?
Worldcoin, that was officially launched recently, has spent the past 2 years scanning irises globally to create a database linking human identity to biometric data, aiming to verify users as humans in the era of artificial intelligence. But until more information is availed about Worldcoin's operations and data practices, skepticism, doubt, and questions remains prevalent. Brian Obuya, NTV.
Gives new meaning to